Someone taps their Chase Sapphire Reserve at a coffee shop and mentally banks 3x points toward a business class seat. The latte costs $6, feels like a win, but that $6 already had roughly 0.15 baked into the sticker price, paid by the merchant to Chase's network on every card swipe. The barista's employer handed that over before a single point was issued. So where did the reward actually come from? Not Chase's goodwill. It came from a fee charged on every transaction at that register, paid by every customer, including the person behind you who paid cash and got nothing back. Turns out the reward is just a rebate on a hidden tax you were already paying. Credit card rewards are not a gift from banks. They are a redistribution system. Money flows from all consumers through merchant prices, then back, but only to cardholders who collect. The people who can least afford premium cards fund the perks for people who can. That's the wiring. This video traces exactly how it works. Walk a single $100 purchase through the system. The consumer swipes a rewards card. The merchant's bank immediately pays an interchange fee, typically 1.5% to 3.5% on premium cards, to the cardholder's issuing bank. On a $100 transaction with a Chase Sapphire Reserve, that's roughly $2.50, leaving the merchant's side before the sale is even settled. The issuing bank keeps the lion's share of that fee and allocates a portion directly to fund points. Visa and MasterCard collect a smaller network fee on top. That sounds like a clean, efficient system until you see who actually pays. The merchant cannot absorb $2.50 per $100 across thousands of daily transactions without going under, so the cost gets embedded in the price of everything: the coffee, the groceries, the hardware. That's exactly why every price tag in America carries an invisible 1-2% line item that only premium cardholders recoup. No new value is created anywhere in this chain. Money is redirected. The checkout counter is the intake valve, and it runs on every transaction, cash or card. In 2010, a premium card offered 1.5% cash back. Today, the Chase Sapphire Reserve offers 3x points on travel and dining, a $300 annual travel credit, and airport lounge access, requiring a $550 annual fee and elevated interchange to fund it. When Amex expanded its Centurion Lounge network, Chase built its own. When Capital One added airline transfer partners, others followed. Each escalation requires more interchange revenue. Merchants absorb more cost. Prices inch up further. The CFPB's 2023 credit card market report found rewards card interchange rates have risen roughly 25% over the past decade. The trap is structural. The first issuer to cut perks loses its highest spending cardholders to competitors immediately, so no one blinks. U.S. merchants paid $172 billion in card processing fees in 2023, up from $138 billion just 1 year prior, the largest single-year jump on record. That escalation funds the arms race, and the arms race funds itself. The Federal Reserve Bank of Boston put a number on this in 2010. Cash-using households pay roughly $149 per year into the system through marked-up prices. High-income rewards cardholders receive a net annual subsidy of approximately 750 cents extracted from that same system. The transfer runs from poorer to richer, not because anyone designed it to be cruel, but because the mechanism rewards high spending and optimal redemption, both of which correlate tightly with income. Consider two people: a nurse buying groceries with cash, a consultant charging $40,000 a year on an Amex Platinum. Both pay the same marked-up shelf prices. One collects nothing. The other extracts lounge access, travel credits, and points worth over $100 to $200 annually. The nurse is not unlucky. She is structurally on the losing end of a pricing system she cannot opt out of, and roughly 65% of cardholders, people who hold a card but rarely redeem rewards, also pay into this system without capturing the benefit. They fund the top tier without knowing it. The hidden part isn't the fee. It's that the business model only works because most people never notice they're subsidizing someone else's upgrade. Three forces keep this system in place. First, issuer lobbying. The financial industry spent $94 million lobbying Congress in 2023, and interchange reform has been killed in committee repeatedly. The Credit Card Competition Act, introduced by Senators Durbin and Marshall in 2023, would require large banks to enable two competing networks on each card, intended to break Visa and MasterCard's combined 99% market share and push interchange down. It has not passed. Second, consumer misdirection. Cardholders who benefit loudly oppose reform, while the people subsidizing them don't know they're paying. Third, merchants fear surcharging customers even where it's now legally permitted, so prices stay embedded rather than visible. The Durbin Amendment capped debit interchange in 2011, saving merchants roughly $8 billion per year. But rewards credit cards were explicitly exempted under bank pressure, and banks responded by eliminating free checking to recover lost revenue. Costs shifted, they didn't vanish. That's exactly why reform alone won't protect you. The revenue always finds a new pipe. That's the rewards tax triangle. Every transaction has a collector who wins visibly, a subsidizer who loses invisibly, and an issuer extracting rent from both. The next time you see a 5x points offer, you now know which corner of that triangle you're standing in and what to do with that information. If this reframed how you see your wallet, subscribe. We break down one hidden system every week.